Welcome back to another Learning Center video with Party Rental Planner. In this video tutorial, we will talk about how to add items to your invoice. In order to do this, you will need to have an event already created. If you don't know how to create an event, please refer to our Creating an Event video in the Learning Center. Okay, let's get started. Let's start by first finding a customer who has an event. To do this, I will use the main menu to view my customers. Select a customer from the list. Once you've selected a customer, you'll be able to view the details of this customer. Switch to the Events tab to view all of the events by this customer. Select any event in the list. Once you've selected the event, a new window will open with the details of the event. We've already talked about most of the items in another video called Creating an Event. So this video will focus on the Items tab. The Items tab allows you to add your products and services to your invoices. Let's start by clicking on the Items tab. This tab is designed to look somewhat like an invoice. The top represents the header of your invoice. It contains information about your company, your email address, etc. The center area contains information about the customer you intend to send this invoice to. And finally, the right side of the header is the document type. Your company information is automatically filled in based on the information you've entered when you registered your Party Rental Planner account. The customer's information is automatically generated by the information that you've entered with the customer or with the event. You can select whether this is an estimate or invoice by simply clicking or tapping on the estimate or invoice label in the upper right-hand corner. The next area is the item area. Initially, there are 5 blank lines ready for you to enter your items on. If you don't have any items entered in your product list, that's okay. We'll enter them here. So in this case, let's start by adding a bounce house to the invoice. I will start typing the name of my bounce house, which in this case will be a Batman bounce house. Notice, as I start typing, it recognizes that I have a Batman bounce house in my inventory, and it gives me the option to select it. Once selected, it sets the default amount and description automatically. This is populated from my product inventory. I can change the number of items by clicking or touching on the quantity column for this line item. Notice when I click on the quantity box, many options for quantities will be displayed for me. This allows me to just click on the item without having to type it in. Also notice the word available. If this product were set up for inventory tracking, it would tell me how many items of this type I have available. In this case, this product is not set up for inventory tracking, so I can put as many items as I'd like on the invoice. If there is an item you would like to add which is not already in your product list, you can add it here. In this case, I will add a delivery fee of $50 for traveling over 50 miles. Simply type delivery fee into the blank area on the invoice. You can use the mouse or the tab key to add a description and enter the amount. Once your item is entered into the invoice properly, click the Save button to add it to your product list. At any time, you can go back and change the amount or quantity of each item on the invoice. Adding and removing items from the invoice is simple with the spreadsheet view. For instance, if you use all available lines on the invoice, you can simply use the plus button to make more room. Simply click on the name column to bring up the line menu. Use the plus button to add more lines to the invoice. To the right of the plus button is the minus button. This button is used to remove items from the invoice. Next, let's try creating a PDF version of our invoice to send to our client. To do this, we will use the input box and button near the bottom of the invoice. Let's give your invoice a name by typing the name in this text box. In this case, Invoice 1. Once you've given it a name, click on the Create PDF button. A new window will open with your created PDF. As well as a PDF, Party Rental Planner can create an image and an HTML version of your document. Use the menu at the top of the created invoice to select which version you would like to use. Using the menus above the created invoice, you can email or download the invoice and send it to your customers however you see fit. Use the delete button to delete the invoice. Once you return to Party Rental Planner, you will notice your Documents button has a new entry in the list. This refers to the invoice you just created moments ago. All of your created invoices from this screen will be stored in this drop-down list. That's it for this tutorial. And in our next tutorial, we'll be talking about adding taxes and discounts to your quick invoice. For any other questions or support, please visit us on the web at www.partyrentalplanner.com or contact us via email.